Never mind the summer heat and smell. Privacy was a distant cousin in castles. Without flushing toilets, most servants didn't get baths, leaving them smelling as ripe as a gym bag. Because they couldn't afford medicine, illness ran rampant and home remedies were the norm. Imagine a castle without plumbing, no running water, no flushing toilets, waste collected in a cesspool beneath, turning every castle into a colossal porta-potty. If you want to know more about what life was really like in medieval castles, hit that subscribe button. It helps us keep sharing these cool stories with you. Ready to explore? Subscribe and let's dive into the full tale together. Imagine using a long wooden bench as a makeshift toilet with everyone watching. And there's no way to flush, so your waste ends up in a pit inside the castle. And hope you don't accidentally drop your keys there. Living in a castle was like being in a crowded small city, all for one family. The dungeons weren't just for show. Prisoners faced brutal punishments, like being eaten by rats. Yes, it's as gruesome as it sounds. Rats were a common sight, and dealing with them was no easy task. They carried a plague that wiped out half of Europe's population, explaining why people preferred having a mug of ale nearby. While lords enjoyed fine wines, servants stuck to whatever was safe, as contaminated water was a significant risk. Contrary to the assumption that everyone slept in until noon, servants were up with the sun. Sunlight was crucial, especially in the dark castles lacking electricity. Daylight was essential for getting work done. Baths weren't as frequent as you might expect. Clean water was a luxury, and the tub resembled a massive wooden bucket far from hygienic or private, but it did help get rid of some castle funk. Castles were designed more as fortresses than comfortable homes, lacking insulation and featuring cold, dark stone. Lords and ladies enjoyed fireplaces, but servants dwelled in frigid, lightless quarters that were breeding grounds for diseases. Castles buzzed with activity festivals, holidays, and entertaining guests were commonplace. Extravagant meals were the norm, but while cooks spent the day preparing feasts, they had meager meals in the kitchen. Meals in the Great Hall were status-driven. Lords and ladies savored gourmet dishes, while servants settled for simpler fare. Peasants weren't allowed inside the castle. Lords and ladies, busy governing, left the trivial matters to servants whose jobs were far from easy. Maintaining cleanliness was a constant effort, with rushes, reeds, and herbs covering the floor to mask filth. Walking on concealed dirt was a daily reality. Cooking over open flames posed potential disasters in buildings full of timber and hay. Kitchens, initially made of wood, led to constant fire hazards, resulting in flame-broiled everything becoming a common occurrence. Every castle had a chapel for morning mass, a defining structure alongside the Great Hall. In fancier castles, the lord and lady could literally look down on servants from the upper-level chapel. Living in a castle was far from the fairy tale we imagine. Even the best-case scenario presented its challenges. How would you fare in a castle? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, delve into more weird history in our other videos.